What's up, Lashinistas? Welcome to the show. This is the LivBay podcast where we talk about the ever-growing eyelash business. If this is your first time listening to the show, welcome. This podcast is dedicated to helping you grow as a lash artist and or lash business owner. So whether you work for yourself or someone else, this podcast is for you.
Hey guys, this is Mike and Shauna Jones. We are the owners of LivBay Lash. Our heart is to share with you our uphill battle in this lash industry and to show you what started out of a tiny bedroom in our house, extremely broke, has now turned into an 8-figure company. We are here to encourage you during your lash journey and to give you guys a real raw version of what things are really like.
Yes. In today's episode, we have a special guest. We don't get to do this very often, but when we do, it's always fun. So in today's episode, we're going to be featuring Shelby Tarleton from Lash Boss Radio. And is it Pink Lady Lash?
Yes.
All right. If you guys don't follow her yet, go ahead, plug your social media and your podcast for everybody.
Yeah, it's just at Lash Boss Radio and Pink Lady Lash on Instagram. And yeah, thank you guys so much for having me.
Yes,
Yeah,
of course.
So we actually met Shelby at LashCon last year. We were on a panel together. And so she's a very, very busy young lady. So you are in Austin, Texas?
Yes.
All right. How many locations do you have?
Just two. So those are keeping me busy. I don't think I'll do any more, but yeah, 2 locations.
Very cool.
2 is good. I feel like 3 gets a little bit crazy. We have 3 and I'm like, I wish we kind of would have stopped at 2. So yeah.
It's an adult daycare.
Yeah. So how many employees do you guys have?
With the warehouse, a little over 100 right now.
Yeah.
That's insane. Yeah, I'm not on that level, but
yeah,
I still feel like I'm busy.
No, listen, honestly, if we would have had just 3 or 4 with a handful of lash artists having their little cat fights and whatever, it'd have been more than enough in itself right there.
Yeah. It's a little overwhelming, but
yeah.
So real quick, I just want to obviously do a little background. So what got you into lashing?
Oh gosh. Well, I was a makeup artist first, and I don't know, I've always been into little detailed things. And I don't even remember. I feel like everyone has their story of like that moment that they realized. I don't remember. Like I just remember that I was interested at one point, and I went to school right after graduating college and just knew that I was going to open a salon one day. Honestly, I just like was in college actually planning out my lash salon, had never touched an eyelash before. Weird story, but
What were you going to school for?
I went for, gosh, I changed my major so many times. I was just trying to get out, but I ended up I majored in sociology and minored in business. So just in and out. Yeah.
So you literally mapped out your salon before you started lashing?
Yeah, I would not be paying attention in class. I'd be writing in a little notebook, just like what our prices would be, all the services, just everything. I don't know. It was weird. And then I went to beauty school, and good thing I liked it. I liked lashing. And then, went solo, and then eventually was like, I'm ready to open a salon. And then I just did.
that's so awesome.
How long have you guys been, or how long have you been in business now?
Almost 5 years at my first location, and then my second one just over 3 years.
Very cool. I know we got asked this question at LashCon. So when you opened the second location, did you get like a loan, or did you actually use profits from the first one to do it?
A little bit of both. I actually started borrowing money, which I don't recommend, but I'm officially debt-free. Like,
That a girl.
oh my gosh. I started borrowing money after I opened my second one. And so that is an indication that like you're not ready if you have to pull out all these loans. I just regret doing that. But honestly, it made me a much better business owner because of the hole that I dug myself into, because I had to like learn how to run my business to afford those loan repayments. And so now we're in a good position, but definitely not the route I would recommend to go.
Do you think that a lot of young girls get excited? They get a couple people under their belt and they're like, well, I'm starting to finally make some money. Now we got to just duplicate the success, jump out way too quickly.
Yeah, I definitely had the like chasing the carrot syndrome. Like I just kept on moving the carrot and just was never like happy until I was like focused on the next thing. And then it was like after the second location when like everything, I realized like, okay, wait a second. Like I wish that I would have done things a little different. I got ahead of myself. And so, yeah. And that's kind of why I started my show too, was like, here's what I did. Please don't do this.
No, that's awesome. And I think it's awesome too, especially during like COVID. Not a lot of people can say that they're debt free, especially now. So I think that's amazing. And I mean, Mike and I did it too. Sometimes you just go through like things like mistakes in life to just kind of like make you a better person, a better business person. So at least you don't owe any more money now and you're that's all wiped out.
Yeah. I'm so thankful for that, especially at a time like this. But yeah, for sure.
I was going to say, it's funny. We talked about this the other day. Like every time we would build a new location or do something cool, like in the lash industry, I'd be like, this is going to solve everything. Like it's going to be my happiness. We're going to finally feel like we made it.
Yeah.
And like, we would like the latest one we built, Boca Park, we had all this like tile imported for the flooring and all this stuff. We made it like look super cute. And we were just like, this is going to solve everything. And like literally a week after it opened, we're like, we don't even drive up there anymore. Yeah, what are we doing next? I thought this was going to fulfill everything. It was going to make me super excited.
Yes. That's a problem I had too. It was just like thinking, just searching in the wrong places for the actual answer.
Yeah.
Well, you said you touched on, you said something kind of back there a minute ago. You said, hey, I thought it was going to make me happy, when you were talking about doing that second location. What do you think in order to feel content in this business? What do you think lash artists need to have? Do you think that you talked about chasing the carrot syndrome?
Yeah.
What do you think a lot of like upcoming girls who want to become, a boss babe or a lash artist or their own boss, what is it you think will actually make them feel content?
Yeah, I think the first thing is like figuring out what success looks like to you. Does it mean like working 60-hour weeks? Because if it doesn't, then owning a salon or multiple salons might not be like the right answer, just because in the beginning you really are working a ton. I think, I guess like if you're just trying to duplicate what someone else did and think that they're successful and say, okay, well then I have to be a salon owner, or I have to start a product line, or I have to do this. You're never going to find like your own happiness. So what does success mean to you? And then like, how can you do that? And I don't know if you've read the 4-Hour Work Week by Tim Ferriss, but he really inspired me because it's like, but basically the whole premise of the book is like, you can make $100,000 or $200,000, but if one person is working like 10 hours a week and the other person is working like 70, who's richer? And so just looking at things in terms of like what's important to you, is it really more money, or is it like more freedom of time or stuff like that? I hope that answered your question.
No, it did, definitely.
What about you?
Yeah.
What about me?
What do you think?
With what?
Would you rather have more time, more money?
I would love just like a sick balance, like a dope balance of both. But I would say that, now that we have kids, and you can relate to this too, having a 7-month-old is like, our kids are 1 and 3. So eventually pretty soon, like they're going to really start to remember things. Like Olive already remembers things. And I don't want to be like that mom that they see is like, yeah, we have a great home to come to, but like, you're exhausted. You don't have time for me. You're like impatient. You're like irritated from your work day. So definitely, I think there comes time in life where you have to reevaluate different stages that you're at, and like, bringing, family in and making husband and wife time and all that fun stuff. So if there was a sick mix, that'd be cool.
Our kids are going to be in therapy.
No.
My mom and dad were never there. I was there for my sporting event.
Oh my God.
No. How has COVID been? Like, how has it affected like your business, especially like in Texas? And
I mean, we definitely were impacted. Of course, like right when we opened again, we were so busy, and then it kind of slowed down a little bit, and that got a little scary. But I feel like we're like this week, like we have no openings. Like we have no openings at either location. Right. So we're kind of, we're back on the up. So I feel like, it was like really good and then kind of slow. And then, you just have to put more effort into like marketing and making sure your clients know like how safe and serious you guys are taking it. And so that helped us get our clients back in.
What did you do as far as like, letting them know about safety wise? Did you guys do like videos and stuff to, I know it sounds stupid if you think about it, like, hey, we do 6 feet distance and we wear masks and look, we are, like, no kidding.
Yeah.
People are like, oh no, I'm not going. Oh, they're wearing gloves. They're wearing a face shield. They look safe.
We did do some like Instagram stories on like our cleaning and stuff. But we did some emails like talking about like all of the precautions that we're taking. And then we're like we send out like a COVID email before every appointment, just like the reminders and stuff. So them seeing how serious we are towards them, I feel like they're more comfortable. But we've kind of just kept it the same since we reopened. And I feel like just really email marketing has helped us do that. And then we mention it in our Instagram post too, like just a reminder, like we're still like super serious about cleaning and all of that. So it's helped.
Are you guys doing a lot of like organic stuff, working your old lists? Or are you guys actually out like prospecting and trying to find new faces and spending a bunch on paid marketing right now?
I'm not spending anything on paid marketing, and I rarely do that. We have a really good email list. And so, just our email list and our social media following is pretty good too. So it's taken a few years to build it up that way. Of course, it wasn't just like that overnight, but so we have like, it's easier now to build our clientele back from like this huge pool that we had before.
Right.
Yeah.
Whereas we were just starting, it'd be hard.
Did you guys do any crazy discounts to get people back in?
Oh my gosh, I regret doing that. Yeah, I did. I did. Okay, well, this is embarrassing. We were doing like full sets for the price of extended fills, which they weren't as bad as like doing it for the price of a fill. So I don't know. I feel like we didn't have to do that. And like we were so busy and I wish we didn't do it, but it was like I had already said that we were doing that like in writing to like, I personally reached out to all of our clients and like thought I was like just being a great owner and just like was like, I don't know. But the reason why I think is because I shut our salon down before we were ordered to shut down. When things got really bad, it was like March 16th, I think. And so I shut everything down and we weren't having to close until I think the following week it ended up. So I kind of felt like I had to like offer something for some reason, and it was a mistake. I shouldn't have done that, but I did like retract my statements and stuff afterwards, like to the Lash community, because at first I was like, you guys, like, help your clients out, and I was like saying that. I don't know what I was thinking, and then I was like, I messed up. You guys don't discount.
You know what? We did that too, though. We actually, before the government or before Sisolak had told us to shut down, I had the girls shut down early too. And I think that, obviously when it first happened, I mean, it was like at the scariest point ever. So I did the same thing. I was like, hey, clients, like because there was, especially in Vegas, like all the shows, bartenders, I was like, we're here for you. We're going to be doing like, what was it? Like $120, like full sets. And like, just because it was like so bad. And I was just feeling so bad because I was like, oh my gosh, like what if I lose all my clients? Like I got to offer something, because everybody else started offering stuff. And then it was like, it kind of turned into a nightmare as well. So I think that we were kind of like in the same boat.
Well, nobody thought it was going to last this long either.
Yeah. Yeah. And there's got to be a balance between caring, and just being like, hey, nope, sorry. I realized everybody was shut down for 3 months. Double price because you guys are way overgrown or no lashes left. People are like, I hate those guys.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it was like no one really knew like what to do in that situation, obviously. And so, if this ever happened again, I'm sure now like we would go about it different, but hopefully it doesn't ever.
Wait for the next pandemic. We got this figured out. Next time the bubonic plague happens, we're good. We have a playbook.
Yeah. So let's talk about the
Yeah.
Talk about the event?
Yeah, real quick. So you have an upcoming event coming, like a live, with everything shut down. This is obviously the way things are going now. Way of the future. Yeah, there are a lot of live events going on right now. So tell us a little about your event.
Yeah, so it's a virtual Lash Conference. It's not fully live. It's a pre-recorded event. So it's the cool thing about it is there's like 48 presentations. So 48 industry leaders that are teaching stuff from artistry to marketing and finance and stuff. But you don't have to watch it all in order. And so you don't have to basically take off work those days. You could watch it on your own time, and watch them individually out of order, and you can rewatch whichever ones. You don't have to like go find your place like in that 50 hours of content basically. Right. So yeah, it's my first ever event. And obviously it's virtual because of everything going on, but hopefully we'll be in person next year.
Yeah, for sure.
That's super cool. That's a really good idea.
Yeah.
What made you decide to think of doing the pre-recorded like that instead of just trying to do it all live? So I know a lot of people are trying to do like Zoom style.
Probably just
because it's going to be so many speakers and it's going to be so long. I just feel like you seeing the runtime and being like, oh my gosh. And then if you just have to take off so much for that. And I don't know, I think I prefer stuff like that where I can like go back to it. Like I took a sleep training class online on this platform. And so I was able to like skip around. And so that's why I chose it like that.
For you or for the baby?
Well,
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Yeah.
I'm training myself now.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's why.
Very cool. Where can they sign up at?
Lashbossconference.com.
Lashbossconference.com. Awesome.
And then how much are the tickets? Because I want to put it in the Lash Tea too.
Yeah, it's $199, but you can find a 25% off code.
What is the discount code?
We'll do LivBay Lash for the discount code. Okay. But yeah, for 25% off. So it'll be like $149-ish or so.
Awesome.
Very, very cool.
That's going to be awesome. I mean, it's like because we started doing like virtual reality training. Cause I think that if anything, like with the COVID, it's really pushed people in directions like out of their comfort zone. It's kind of just like, we're all at this point where it's like, this is like human contact. Like what can we do to, still like move forward with our passion, but make money still. So I think that that's awesome, especially like having people be able to like go back and view it on their own time. Cause realistically, if it's that many speakers, like someone's going to like be like, okay, 2 hours, like I'm ready to go get something to eat. So that's really cool that they can go back and watch that.
Yeah.
And there's a whole group of people now that have been laid off permanently that are looking for other like side gigs, side hustles that are, looking to possibly get into lashing. So it's a whole video library of stuff they're able to get into. Now's the time more than ever to just be taking notes and learning. Because at some point in time, this is going to pass. Things are good back. Well, I hope they will. There's something else worse coming down the pike. I don't know. We'll see.
I hope not.
I hope not too. And real quick, your podcast one more time. Tell them so they can follow you there as well.
Lash Boss Radio.
Lash Boss Radio. Cool. Awesome. We appreciate having you on, having you make time for us. I know, like I said, we kind of threw it together super last minute on you. So we appreciate it. Obviously, if you haven't done so yet, please make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, subscribe to the podcast, follow us on Facebook at the Lash Tea, Lash TEA. Make sure to follow Shelby and check out our event as well. Until then, we'll see you in the next episode. Thank you.